Welcome back to Let's Play AM2R. I'm BurningDogFace, and last time, I went back into the dark place, found a whole section of hidden rooms that weren't marked on the map, and killed that one last Metroid that was getting in the way of the progression. That's better. I also found a super missile tank, which continues to gnaw at me. I can figure that out later. Interesting, this is still here. Then over there, maybe? I was starting to say last time, I wonder if there's any canonical explanation behind the, Here we go. The acid draining when you kill all the Metroids in the area. I mean, the game did come out in 1991, so I'm not at all above the idea that it's just a transparent video game. Like, there is no explanation behind why this would happen other than the fact that they want to gate your progress until you do certain things. You know, I started to wonder about, I remembered something that was in Metroid Zero Mission that I thought was kind of weird. They brought back a thing that they used in the original Metroid game, but I don't know if they've ever reused it in any of the games since then. Illusionary lava. You'd come to a room like this, except then you go down here, and instead of, cooking me alive like it's doing now, the lava would just disappear. It would just fade away, because it's not really there. It's like some kind of hologram. And you'd continue on past that and, find the next upgrade. I think I found that by accident when I was playing Zero Mission. Which is good, because just the idea of deliberately dropping into acid, or lava, or whatever the fuck it is so counterintuitive compared to the later stuff in the series. But I don't know that I would have found that if I had been looking for it, specifically. Music stopped again. Hello? I don't like you. Like a bigger version of that other one. This is a Metroid room. I can feel it in my bones. Or not. Shut up. My bone's gonna be wrong. The fuck is that? The fuck is this? Oh, dude! The research team and the rescue team. How the hell did they get down here? Research team. The scientists constructed a small mobile research site within the cave system. The access tunnel leading to their research vessel has collapsed, and all of their equipment is non-operational. Vital signs of all exosuits are flatlined. There are no survivors on this site. Depressing. Rest in peace. I would say I'll get to the bottom of this, but let's face it, we know what killed them. The life here is super hostile. Or the Metroids found them. It really isn't until you find these doors that open by your presence you really realize how strange it is to have doors that you need to shoot with an energy weapon in order to open them. Sorry, it's just being behind those boxes, I suddenly had a flashback to Metroid Fusion. Not an entirely pleasant one. I remember... Jesus Christ, that didn't help. I remember a sequence like that, where you like go into an area, it's like, oh, there's an upgrade hidden behind those things. And you go back there and you get it, and while you're back there... Well, let's just say there's another character running around with an arm cannon in that game. And she walks into the room while you're behind some things. So for about 3 seconds, I'm just sitting there paralyzed with fear, but she can't see me because I'm behind some stuff. And then she leaves the room. Ah, shit! Ah! That's right, I've killed your brother, and I'm not sorry. Well, at least some of your deaths have been avenged. Oh, I just got that. I think this is supposed to be one of those, Super Metroid-style elevator shafts. No? Oh. Noted. At least this one's marked on the fucking map. Oh. Ah! That's thinking on the other side of the box. Yeah, Metroid Prime 2 opens with you discovering a contingent of slaughtered Federation personnel. If I remember correctly, you can scan all the bodies and get their last log entry. As I recall, one of them was a huge fangirl of Samus Aran, sorry, who basically saw you as her idol and wanted to be more like you in every way, which is why she joined the Federation in the first place. So, you know, overwhelmed with feelings of guilt. And they contrast this with another soldier who rolls... I don't know if they specified that one's gender, and they're all wearing the same armor, so it's hard to tell. Now, there's a bit of eye rolling there at the other soldier. Because, and I really liked this detail. Again, Metroid Prime 2, the only games in the series that take place before that are Metroid 1 and Metroid Prime 1. But even by that point, Samus's exploits have become so legendary that this other soldier didn't believe Samus Aran even existed. There's no way one person could have pulled off these tasks. Hello. Just making sure before I, take the more obvious route. Well, thanks to those Alpha Metroids, we open up this path, so, there's that. Amazed that those things stayed up there if this has been acid this whole time. Boiling acid. Wonder if I can find a water beam and make that grow into a beanstalk. Mining facility. Cordite crystals are one of the most durable, naturally forming crystals in the galaxy. Though they are not as hard as diamonds, this makes them a more malleable resource. The Chozo found various practical uses for cordite in constructing machinery or producing works of art. This mining facility supplies cordite and various other minerals for the nearby industrial complex. Interesting that I can't actually read the original entry. As I recall, the original entry for the research team said that they decided to set up camp here because the Metroids had been quiet lately and they thought that the species had died out somehow, which made the planet somewhat safer. Oh, I don't like you guys at all. Oh, fuck. Let me guess, like those guys, oh, for fuck's sake, really? Yep, you have to hit them in the back. Not really worth it, let's just bypass them. Not here to wipe them out, after all. This thing was in the log image. Let's see what happens if I... Oh, counterintuitive. I totally thought it was going to be like a cannon to fire the ball out. Oh, that works too. Immensely satisfying. Okay, no, I don't see any doors along there. SE Tech mentioned that he didn't think there were any other map glitches like the one that screwed me up earlier. No! Oh. Oh fuck, this is the opposite of what I thought would happen. Or I can move it back. Nope. Because I could take care of that if you want. Wait. Of course it has to be in here. What am I doing? Well, stupid idea. No, I didn't think that would work. Can't shoot through that. Nice. Obstruction removed. Everybody back on the bus. Thank you. I really appreciate the ride. I figured. I mean, there is an up door over here. Clever. This way. Hey, perfect. You know, I actually remember, like, more than 10 years ago now, I remember I used to stumble across like fan projects like this all the time on the internet, but I never heard of any of them being completed before. Oh, it's good water. I remember one of them was someone wanted to recreate the story of Metroid Prime in a 2D side-scrolling environment designed after Super Metroid. You know, similarly, I remember once seeing a thing where someone wanted to recreate The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time from a top-down perspective, specifically, you know, homaging The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past. That's an ominously low number. Who the fuck are these Autobots? I distinctly remember that the website for the latter one, the Ocarina of Time remake, had a mock-up image of the title screen of a 2D version of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, but they explicitly said, yeah, we wouldn't even be touching that until we completed the Ocarina of Time 2D project. Like I said, I never heard of any of those being finished. Fuck! Oh, I still have my super missiles equipped. Up! I'm trying to remember if Pokemon Uranium is the first one I ever heard of that was totally completed. That's kind of impressive, because unlike all of the other projects I've mentioned, including this one, that was a straight-up original Pokemon game with its own storyline and setting and such. You know, came up with a bunch of original Pokemon and even its own new type, nuclear-type Pokemon. Which is kind of a silly concept, but hey, they implemented it. Just a second. SE Tech also offered me a tip that I should try jumping more when I'm fighting the Metroids. That's why I've been doing that. They tend to follow you when you move, so if you jump up, they'll go up, which opens up their vulnerable lower side to missiles, you see. Oh, and, I would mention, Yornik clarified that the names he suggested for the planet other than SR-388, Serapis is the name of a Greco-Egyptian god of death and the underworld. Ereshkigal is a Babylonian goddess of the underworld. Well, hey, you know, knowing this place, that's entirely appropriate. I should check up there when I'm done. Or is that just more acid? Boy, that was dumb. Did he keep the timer going? Yes, yes, good. I got my hands on Pokemon Uranium and I faffed around with it for a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, it's the dumbest thing in the world as to why I couldn't get into it, but it was something that itched at me. One of the things that was notable about that game was that they did away with the real games, what do you call them, traditional gender roles thing. So instead of asking, are you a boy or a girl, it asks you, so who are you? And it offers you 3 choices. One is a boy, one is a girl, and one is meant to be, an ambiguously gendered person. Although really, to me, it just comes across like another girl. Just one with a less traditionally beautiful appearance, he said, being charitable. Stupid jokes aside, the thing about it was, it's great that they give you these options and all. It's very forward-thinking of them. But then, no matter which one you choose, they refer to your character as singular they. And I'll admit it, it's probably just because I'm a writer and obsessed with words, but singular they has always kind of itched at me because I would be much happier, with a brand new pronoun for people who don't want to be referred to as he or she, than using a plural pronoun in a singular format. The thing that I found really strange was that they took the time to, provide an option for, outside of the usual gender binary for such people. But then they only provide one option for how you're referred to. I mean, even the main games have a very simple find and replace algorithm, so that you're referred to as he or she, depending on which choice you make. So, surely it would be just as simple for Pokemon Uranium to refer to you as he, she, or they, depending on which one you choose. I don't know, just a little nitpick. To be honest, I haven't really been into the Pokemon games in a while. There's got to be a point to where I was just sick of all the grinding you had to do. I don't think I've actually touched the series since Pokemon Platinum. Even then, I didn't get very far in that one. We're not here to talk about Pokemon. We're here to talk about Metroid. And, I have a hunch, call me crazy, that there is a Metroid at the bottom of this shaft. So, I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play AM2R, Burning Dog fans. When we go down there, and we say hello. Later!